Where's the whole general page? There's the link, guys. The link's up. I just threw it. I put it in our general. The music started already. I'll tell you. I was trying to get it to work that you guys are hearing it, but actually maybe in Riverside I can. Do you hear it now?
This summer, go on an Eatscation with Uber Eats. Deals all summer long that'll make your stomach go, and your wallet go, ah. You got crunchy deals,
That's
noodly
Spotify.
deals, melty deals. Not leaving the house today deals. Because on Eatscation, it's not where you are, it's what you eat. This week, get 2 Frosties for the price of 1 from Wendy's, only on Uber Eats. Select menu items, terms apply, see app for details.
Okay, I'll throw the intro.
At Toyota, we build quality vehicles with you in mind. Like when your child's social calendar is spinning faster than a...
Go. And yeah, you're up.
Going, reborn as a vending machine. I got a cheat scale on Another World and became unrivaled in the real world. Zom 100. It's all going right now. It's all just roses. Summer anime is in full effect, and I'm happy about it. I gotta say, I think there's a serious like reincarnated, reborn aspect to the summer. I think I'm just gonna label it the summer of reincarnation.
2023 reincarnation summer.
It's isekai everywhere.
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
And you know, it's not even a bad thing because like I'm gonna start the Good Cleric, or that's it, Good Cleric,
something like that. I know, I know which one you're talking about. It's
and
on
I'm
my
gonna
list.
start Jobless reincarnation tomorrow. Might even start it tonight because that's how good these summer animes have been. Just absolute fire everywhere. I can't wait to talk about it today.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? What you been watching?
But speaking of Jobless, my girlfriend watches Jobless and she hates that I haven't watched it yet. But I watched JJK with You. I think I got episode 1 and 2. Zom 100, 3 episodes that I've done. Vending Machine, 2 episodes are done. And then, guys, if you're not caught up on One Piece, I feel bad for you in the next 2 weeks when it breaks the complete internet.
Think so? So I'm gonna have to watch like 1,000 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead and
yeah.
grind those out. You got 2
Dude,
weeks, dude. That's
dude.
like a long time.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think in the past 2 days, I may have watched close to like 50 episodes of anime.
Yeah. It's been a jam-packed July, dude.
Pause.
I did, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's been wild.
Let's see. I've been watching Bleach. Absolute gas. I've been watching the remake of Rurouni Kenshin. That's been such a pleasure to watch. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Zom 100 with you guys, reincarnated as a vending machine, Jobless reincarnation. I feel like I'm even missing some. JJK. I've actually started watching Demon Slayer, and I agree with Andrew, guys. It's pretty good. Okay, I don't normally shit on Demon Slayer, but it's pretty good. 8 episodes in, dubbed right now. 9 actually, we just confirmed. It is good. It has improved from Entertainment District, in my opinion. But Jobless has been good. Andrew definitely should watch it. He's not going to enjoy episode 1 because he don't like whiny bitches, and episode 1 is nothing but him being a whiny bitch.
That
I'll tell you
guy's
that.
I
a
can get
little
over that.
low-key whiner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. You get, but like rightfully so. I mean, it's a little bit of PTSD that comes back on him a little bit, I guess, when it comes to that. But like,
Have you seen any Jobless Frozen?
No. I got, see, this is what happened. So I took the list that I saw the summer animes, the ones I was most interested in. I kept coming back to that cheat skill one, and I know that one's not exactly a summer anime. It is completed for the year. But I kept hearing such good things about it, so I put that on the list. It's 13 episodes long, and I kind of grinded through that. And then I just remember the mistake for me happened when we were talking in the chat, and we both said reincarnation of a vending machine, and it was reborn as a vending machine. So I just put vending machine into 13 episodes long, and I kind of grinded through that vending machine, right? So I watched that instead of reincarnate, like the Jobless reincarnation. And then on top of me already watching My Happy Marriage and Zom 100, I tried to sneak it in today where I could get a couple episodes, but I just couldn't. My daughter's just on this growing rampage right now where now she speaks full sentences and she's just like, get off the couch. And I'm like, excuse me?
It doesn't even make any
She's like,
sense. She's
get
just
off
saying
the
sentences.
couch. And I'm like, okay.
yeah,
Bye.
dude, it's a lot to keep up with. It's just so many are so good right now, and I'm along with Jake. I've decided that I want to catch up on One Piece before Luffy goes Gear 5. So I have been watching One Piece, One Pace to be exact. So Andrew, I think you should do this too.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
go to
send
One
me
Pace,
I'll watch
yeah,
that for
it
sure.
cuts out so much, and I'll give you an example. So I was like, you know what, I downloaded it, and I can really only watch it on my laptop, or if I hook it up to the TV, sometimes that's a little annoying. So I was like, you know what, I'll just watch some episodes on Netflix when I get the chance, episodes on Funimation when I get the chance. I think I watched 6 episodes, right? 7 episodes on Netflix. I was like, okay, you know what, let's knock some out. It's time for me to watch One Piece. Whenever the One Piece went to go find where I was, I had only watched 2 episodes of One Piece compared to the 6 episodes I had watched of regular One Piece. That's how much
that's
it cuts
insane.
out.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and it flows really well, and they do a really good job.
After Ox has told me about it, I cannot imagine the editing headache they had to go through to
Dude.
make it. Because they sit there and they look for like this scene where they're just staring back and forth at each other and cut that out. And that's like maybe 3 seconds here and there, but it adds up throughout the episode, of course.
Mhm.
But for the editing, that's an editing nightmare, I could imagine.
I think there's only been one situation where I was like, okay, they kind of muffed the editing a little bit, and that was in I can never say it, Jake, Sabahodi.
Sabahodi?
It was in Sabahodi.
You said it
Where
earlier.
some of the bandits had jumped like Luffy in them, and they beat him up, but like the episode ended with nothing that had to do with that, and the episode started with the bandits jumping them. And well, it was really the end of the fight. So I was like, man, what happened? But I guess it was such a meaningless fight. It didn't really mean nothing. It just wanted to say, hey, like there's bandits here looking to human traffic all over the place. So.
So I think maybe we should go through each one that we've kind of been watching and talk a bit about each one, see what if we can get some of these happy people here to tune in and watch. Maybe just give a brief synopsis without giving it too much away.
Okay. Y'all want to start with Zom 100?
Yeah.
Okay. We can start with Zom 100. If you haven't already, there's a YouTube video on it. I break it down to 2 minutes, but we're going to do even better job here. But so Zom 100, if you like, zombies, I mean, it's the way to go. I think it has the classic zombie tropes in it, which is amazing, right? Everything you look for, but it's really based on, what is the main character's guy's name? Akira, right?
Yeah, Akira Tendu.
He's stuck in, he's super excited to join the working force, and he ends up in a job where he just isn't having fun, and he's being taken advantage of every single day, working gobs of overtime, like a real man should. Am I right? Like, I mean, 70 hours a week, he's a part-timer,
Right?
He's barely rookie numbers.
We got to pump those up.
Yeah. But he's set free from this job by the fact that a zombie apocalypse starts right in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's freaking out, but he's the only person that's legitimately having fun. Yeah, he's loving every second of it.
Yeah. The one thing I will say I like about this anime is that it doesn't have many characters you need to follow.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. There's like 4 or 5 people you need to remember. Everybody else is not important. And everybody else is something else. They're just in the episode, which is really nice. And like the whole thing focuses around Akira Tendu.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it in the sense that it's got that like poppy humor to it, but then it has the little bit of the seriousness to it. But it just overall, like it's just, I mean, who hasn't thought about it? I don't know about you guys, but I watched it and I was like, piece of paper. What I want to do before zombie apocalypse. Things.
Like, his list was kind of rough at first.
Yeah, it was rough, right?
Then it got
he only
real.
had like 30. Yeah, he only had like 30 things before, and then he, I guess, wants to fill out to 100.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it's also, I think that one of the best things I love about it is they're super fun with it and it's super exciting, but they always can do something that brings you into the reality of the situation he's in. Like. He goes for, I know it's not really spoilers, but he goes for a beer run, right? He goes for the beer run, and on the way down, he meets a neighbor of his in the building because he's.
Oh my God! Get out of my head! I was going to mention this exact scene.
Right, and it's so fun. It's so hilarious because it's just like they're freaking out in their apartment. Then they see him scaling down the building, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going on and they're like, "Come inside, we can protect you." He's like, "No, I'm going on a beer run, guys. You need anything?
You want some noodles? Something?
Oh yeah, I need some two-ply toilet paper." And like. It's great. He goes, gets his beer, and he comes back to the reality that they've now been turned. Yeah, they've been killed. They've been turned into zombies. And it's like, man, it was so fun and so hilarious. And then the reality of the situation he is hits real hard.
Yeah,
and it gets serious.
But back to what you were saying, Frozen, about the character introductions. Me and Ox were talking about how it's almost like each character gets their own episode of how he meets them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you're meeting 20 characters in the first episode.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what's nice, is it really just follows the one person.
Yeah, and like I think it's the funniest thing in the world that he makes it seem like he's skipping out on work or he quit work or he's not going to go today. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it feels good to skip out on work today and just drink beers all day. It's like, no, dude, like there's a whole apocalypse going on outside. You're not going to work because you're skipping out on it. It's because you can't. And I just love that. I think it's the funniest thing ever.
And I love how much he just wants a beer and he just enjoys that to the utmost.
Yeah. Beer. I thought you sounded like Killer Bee walking into that grocery store.
And that girl that's like overly
cautious.
Overly cautious. And I like how their books kind of contradict each other. His is like 100 things to do before I become a zombie, and hers is 100 things to do to not become a zombie.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where Zom 100 comes from, is
Yeah.
the 100 things that before you become a zombie. But phenomenal anime, so funny, so good, so lighthearted.
And if you didn't know, that Apocalypse is worldwide.
Worldwide.
I like it.
Mr. Worldwide.
It's the worldwide.
I'm so sorry I missed that joke.
If those don't know, me and Jake did a reaction video to it. And during the reaction video, we were wondering whether or not the apocalypse was Japan specific or was it worldwide. And then she calls the head office in Los Angeles. And then at that point, we kind of get the indication that it's happening all over the world. And my reaction to it was oh, this is worldwide. And, you know, I thought of Pitbull, so I was like, Dale. And no reaction from Jake.
I was like,
not a smirk, not a laugh, nothing. I'm just
No,
like,
just seriousness? Oh,
just straight
come on.
serious. And I'm just
I
like,
didn't hear him.
damn. I was like, damn, I thought that was really good.
No, because you know what he was
Good
thinking? He was just like, "Ooh, the world is plummeting."
stuff. Yeah. He probably ate that quake fruit. That's what he did.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about Zom 100. I gotta be the obvious one in the room here. We gotta talk about Reborn as a Vending Machine.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
good.
I can tell you
So
right
good.
now, anyone that is not watching this anime, just do yourself the favor and watch it. It's exactly what you think it is, but it is, and like on the top of it, you're kind of like, why am I gonna watch an anime about a dude that comes back to life as a vending machine? And I thought the same thing. I was like,
Mhm.
man, this thing better pick up from this vending machine being in the middle of a field. Let me tell you, if you could speed run anime watching, this would be one of those ones that you would do because it's just phenomenal. It is hilarious. The fact that he's got like designated HP points and the point system and how
It's
he
well
can change
thought
the
out.
stock. Like it's so
Yeah.
well thought out. Like we're talking about this guy who is a weeb and knows vending machines. For whatever reason, this man has studied vending machines in his life. And he dies and he comes back as a vending machine because that's what's in the back of the truck when he dies. That's what kills him essentially. And it's just,
Could you imagine coming back as whatever kills you?
Yeah, that's
like I died of laughter. Like when he drops the hot soup on the guy's hand after giving him the free water.
Trying
Yes.
to steal it, yeah.
And they use pop culture references to defeat beasts, like when he
Yes.
makes the Coke and the Mentos.
Mentos.
Mhm.
And
Oh
all he
my
can
God.
do is talk in vending machine voice. Like I can tell you right now, I'm ready to go to Japan because I already know how to speak basic Japanese thanks to the vending machine.
Yeah, he says the same things over and over.
Like I know how to say hello there now.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's super refreshing. I think that's the best way I can put it. Like episode 1, you get a lot of information when it comes to like how he works as a vending machine, how he's powered, how his point system works when people pay, and all this stuff. I think that kind of it's not the quickest episode, but like it's still really well. Like when the frogs show up and you know
Yeah.
he gets the barrier, his blessing.
But
But-
as soon as you meet like Lamis and Director
Oh,
Bear,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like, it's immediately changes the whole dynamic of the entire anime. And I love that they name him Boxo.
Yeah, Boxer,
Boxo.
best name ever.
He can
But-
go invisible now. He's got some crazy
He's got
abilities.
some, he can blend in with stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it only gets better. Like I said, Director Bear is great.
Mhm.
Literal bear. Lamis, she's got all these like funny hidden abilities. Like, I don't know if you guys, did you watch the Boxo abducted episode today?
No,
I didn't
they
watch the
watched
episode
one of
today. I decided to watch some other stuff today.
Oh, okay. Well, when you do, it's funny how Lamis reacts to it, and like when they're reunited, like it's classic anime comedy, and you're just like, yes.
The hands down funniest moment though in the anime is when they wanted to use him for like what did they call it? It was like
The condoms.
yeah, but they called it something else.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're like-
You weren't expecting it, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden he turns into a machine. I was like,
I thought it was gonna be like a
Yeah.
hand sanitizer dispenser or
Yeah.
something.
yeah. They were trying to get sanitation under
Yeah,
control and all
disease
that stuff.
sanitation.
You'll love this one. He gets kidnapped and he turns himself into a nudie mag stand. So that
Nice, nice,
he can, like,
nice.
thwart off all the people.
That is so hilarious, dude. I can't wait to watch that, dude.
Like,
It's super.
good.
It's super funny, dude. I enjoy. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did. I will say that because I'm normally not the isekai person. I feel like it's like rinse and repeat, like most of them. But this
Mhm.
like totally isn't.
It's whole new. They did a whole new thing with it,
And it's
nice.
The craziest thing is it's just so well thought. Like when it comes to his abilities, how they work, how I think whoever the writer is went really in depth with it, and it makes me want to watch more inanimate object reincarnations. I saw one that was like reincarnated as a sword, and I was like, let me add that to the list just in case.
Never know.
Never know. What else are we watching, guys?
JJK.
That we're all watching right now. I know me and Jake are both watching JJK. Were you watching JJK, Rosen?
I start it tomorrow.
Okay, it's phenomenal. It's everybody's been shitting on the animation, but I enjoy it.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
definitely
like,
different.
everyone's got their anime style. Like my brother came in today when I was watching I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World. I'm just shortening it because it's a really long title. And although he didn't understand because I was watching the season finale, he said like the animation style on it is beautiful. So he said like it's really just attractive to watch. And kind of like the parallel between the two universes, but I'll go over that when I explain the situation of it.
The animation style is really well made.
And I think that everyone has their own style of anime that they just really enjoy. Whether it's like that old school kind of Sailor Moon style, or whether you get into like the really in-depth Demon Slayer style. The only thing that's really unfortunate with these animes that have really, really in-depth graphics is like Demon Slayer, like Cheat Skill, your next season is 3 years away. Like you're a long time off because as we know in the anime universe, a lot of these writers, a lot of these directors, they do more than one thing. It's not just one show and they're dedicated to it. So it takes time to get back around to it.
Although I will say, whoever prefers like old school Naruto or Sailor Moon animation style over like Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, or I Got a Cheat Skill, those animation styles is a liar. I would rather see Naruto animated that style than the old
absolutely.
style of Naruto.
Like what we're going to be getting in September is going to be insane. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But well, tell us a little bit about the anime because I'm interested in it and I'd like to watch it. I saw it pop up and I know you mentioned it and I was like, I'm gonna hold off because I want to hear Andrew's take.
So the story, like the whole title is called I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World and Became Unrivaled in the Real World. That's the whole title. It does show up. It's one of those animes where it's got a really catchy, like you want to watch the whole intro and outro. The music's really good in it. But this one is basically you have your social outcast kind of loser who is beaten up and bullied and his own parents don't want him. His brother and sister are like gorgeous people and he is ugly. And he just for some reason got the shaft in life. And the only person that ever cared about him was his grandfather. And so his grandfather on his deathbed gave this kid a whole bunch of pretty much everything. He gave him his house and all his belongings. And yeah, his name is Yuya Tenjo. And basically he inherits the grandfather's house. And after saving this girl that you learned as to be Yudi later on in the show, he is trying to like clean off this ass beating that he gets and leans on the wall and punches the mirror in his bathroom being like, oh, why am I so ugly? And all of a sudden this door opens up in the back of the bathroom and inside the room is a whole bunch of like scrolls and scripts and it leads to a world that is not the real world. It's kind of like a video game universe. And when he goes in, he finds out that this cottage that he's standing in belonged to someone named the Sage. Now they don't really elaborate much more on the Sage right now, but he is figuring out this cottage and what he can do. Figures out it's kind of like a MMO kind of style. He's got skill points and skills, and he enters the world at level 1. And after figuring out some stuff and killing some stuff, he levels up. But when he levels up in the game, it transforms his whole body into this lush, superstar, dreamy-looking character. And then when he leaves the world to come out and go back to the normal world to get some rest, that character body stays on him. everything he does in that gaming world transfers over to him in real life.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, his luck starts to change into his way. He gets into this super prestigious academy because of the girl that he saved, Yudi. And his brother and sister can't get into it, where he makes new friends and new people. It's just all about the relationships that he builds, restarting his life as this really nice, really home-style person. And he has this secret that all of the stuff that he obtains in this gaming world, he transfers into the real world to make his life infinitely better. And then it starts to kind of cross over as the episodes go over, and you start to learn the ramifications of stuff that gets transferred into the real world versus what's also happening in the game world. So you have to follow kind of both worlds. There are funny characters in both worlds, but it's really wholesome. Like anytime he's in the real world, it's extremely wholesome. He never forgets that what he was, and he often has a lot of shame about what he was and the people that don't love him and so on and so forth. And then in the other world, he kind of keeps that homebody style, but it's a more aggressive world with monsters and demons. He has to be almost like a knight, right? So it's just like all the funny stuff that happens and all the cool skills that he transpires to bringing over. Like one of the things he learns like a kicking style ability where he can kick things across the entire kingdom. Well, then he's asked to play soccer at his new academy, and then they give him the ball and he kicks it to like America.
Oh,
It like
God.
goes through the back of the goalie net now,
Oh, God.
and everyone's standing there. And he's never played soccer before, and I laughed so hard I almost spit my drink out because he's like, "Oh, did I do something wrong?" And everyone's like, "That's what you're asking?"
Jesus.
They're like, not the fact that you just booted the soccer ball to the next dimension.
Yeah, so he's OP.
Yeah. And it's just like how situations will arise, like a crisis situation, like a fire, and how he has to mask the abilities that he has from this world to not get caught in the real world with them. It's really, really good. The cast is phenomenal. It's got a little bit of fan service in there for you too. And
Jake's
and yeah,
definitely
so,
watching
like,
it now.
it's just
it is.
it's hilarious. It's funny. The story is great. At the end of it, you're gonna be like, oh man, like I don't want to wait 2 years for this. Like I want to see what happens now. But yeah, super wholesome, super fantastic. Definitely one to put on your list to watch. Great anime.
It's already added now, brother.
It's added. Yeah. What else are we watching? Now, I'm definitely gonna have to add that one, but I don't know if you guys have been watching it or not. But the remake of Rurouni Kenshin is, dude. If you watched old school Toonami, it is so nostalgic. I think episode 1, I didn't stop smiling because it was insane to see everything I watched as a kid, just animated so much better. Seeing it come back to life, it was pretty crazy. Like, and it's hard for me to say, like, but that's been one of my favorites to watch. Like, I like Vending Machine. Definitely like Zom 100. I've been loving Bleach, but like the nostalgia of just watching Kenshin just do all this all over again, it's been phenomenal. It's been
I
phenomenal.
want to say I watched it when I was a kid, but it wasn't one of those animes that I can vividly remember watching.
Yeah.
It's on the list for me to watch. I have some ones I'm starting tomorrow. I did forget to mention one thing about the last one. I enjoyed it so much to the fact that I was prepared to put it above Sword Art.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
As like for that style, because it plays out like Sword Art, just minus all the crap. Like there isn't an episode that feels anything filler like. It's just I was prepared to be like, I like this better than Sword Art. Like this is really, really good.
Guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but for Frozen to say that,
Yeah. That's crazy.
expect an ice storm tomorrow. All right.
Hey, well, I mean, he does like fairy tales, so I wouldn't take his opinion.
Ooh, we should watch that one.
Let's not say we did, huh?
I got a fire in my belly.
Oh, yeah. That's what she said.
Oh God, no. Not again.
No, but yeah, I think like if you haven't watched, I definitely think you should. Like for me, I guess it's a little different because I always get into these moods where I always go back and like rewatch old anime. Like I'll go back and watch Inuyasha. I'll get into a mood and go back and watch Kenshin, go back and watch Naruto, go back and watch Bleach, and I fall into that a lot. So whenever these old old animes are like remade. If they remake like Yu Yu Hakusho or something, I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind.
Oh, dude, that was the greatest anime.
Right? Like if they remake that, I will absolutely lose my freaking mind.
Yeah.
And like even if they did Inuyasha, I would lose my mind. Like I honestly want them to stop coming out with new animes and just start remaking all the old ones so I can just enjoy them all over again because it's just been phenomenal. And I think once Naruto hits and one of the big three has done it, I think it's going to just pave the way for all these older ones to come back and do it again.
I could be wrong, but I think didn't Sailor Moon remake a couple of years ago?
I have
Or
no
like
idea. Yeah,
a year
Powerpuff
ago or
Girls.
something like that.
Oh.
They remade Sailor
yeah,
Moon.
Powerpuff Girls.
I don't know. I mean, they could. I said Powerpuff Girls, but no, I have no idea. I have no idea when it comes to that. Anyone knows? I'd be
Anyone?
interested.
Yep.
Anybody knows? I'd be interested. And what else has been going on? JJK has been going on. Bleach has been going on. Animation's insane.
You told me Bleach was crazy.
Yeah. And so episode 3 was a pretty big episode because one of the captains uses Bankai, which is crazy because he is banned from using his Bankai because it basically affects allies and foes. They don't like go crazy. It wasn't like the best. It was cool to see it and how it worked, but like it doesn't get the explanation it deserves. So I'm hoping that's what I mean when I say like a lot of people enjoy the manga of Bleach a lot better than the anime sometimes because they go in really in depth when it comes to people's abilities and stuff. But Bleach Current is insane. And Jake watched part 1 and he'll tell you
I did watch part 1. It was gas. It was gas. But it leaves too much to be desired. I need 3 more seasons. I
You'll
need
get
3
it.
more seasons.
You'll get it, dude. I promise. It's gonna take some time.
Because my boy, I don't want to ruin it for everyone, but I guess you should have already seen it, I guess. But season 1, he breaks his Zanpakuto. So Zugetsu's broken. The guy admits that he never even made Zugetsu, and he makes all of the Zanpakutos. And it's just insane the trials and tribulations he has to go through.
And then he finds out Zangetsu's not even his true Bankai. It's his Quincy powers. It's a whole entire well-written story.
Yeah,
And it gets crazy. And then
Is
on
this just
top,
a new story of Bleach or like
so
a new...
so it's just a continuation. Like you could, you could call it the time skip of Bleach, essentially. So in the main story of Bleach, in the beginning, you find out that there are the Soul Reapers, and everybody's sworn enemy is like the Hollows. And Soul Reapers will, whenever they fight Hollows, they try to purify them so they can go to the Serite, the afterlife, per se. And the other side of them is something called Quincy's. And Quincy's, whenever they defeat a Hollow, they exterminate the Hollow, not allowing that soul to basically go to Serite and live the rest of its life in the Soul Society. And because of that, the Soul Reapers eliminated the Quincy's.
Gotcha.
Killed all of them off, right?
Because no one's soul was going to the afterlife.
Because and that was a big problem for the Soul Reapers. So they killed all the Quincy's. There's one left in Uryu and everything like that, and his grandfather, but obviously not a threat because he's like the only Quincy left in existence. Well, in the 1,000-year Blood War arc, you find out that the Quincy's have just been hiding in the shadows the whole time, and they come back with a vengeance, insane.
Hands out the gate.
And the big thing that happens is the Quincy's have found a way to steal the Soul Reaper's main ability, which is the Bankai. And the main character Ichigo ends up fighting one and they try to steal his Bankai, but it doesn't work. And you soon find out basically his heritage. And Ichigo is a really unique person because he has Soul Reaper powers, Hollow powers, and Quincy powers all in one person. So he is quite literally the most unique and one of the most powerful beings in that universe. And basically, he's been fighting with a handicap the whole time because he's only been using his Quincy powers. And like Jake said, he broke his Zanpakuto Zangetsu, only to find out that Zangetsu was not his Zanpakuto, and he hadn't even chosen it yet. So it gets pretty wild. The fights get pretty crazy. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's definitely worth watching. Bleach was one of those old timey ones, but it's not hard to catch up on, especially if you skip filler. It's really not that bad.
Good. Good.
And Jobless, I cannot wait for you to watch that, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm
If
gonna
you-
start that tomorrow.
No.
That's my first.
Jobless is amazing. And what is beginning after the end? One of the webtoons I spoke about that I recommended people reading and stuff. Jobless is pretty close to it in terms of like, how it works. So a lot of magic and everything like that. You follow, what is his name? Rudius Gray Rat. But he's in a little bit of a downtrend right now. Andrew won't like it. He's heartbroken.
I have the craziest fire alarm going on right now, guys.
Is that a fire alarm or a dire wolf in the background? I couldn't even tell, dude. Jesus Christ. While Jake's
One
muted,
of-
hey, dude, just go ahead and if One Piece isn't the greatest, just don't say anything. Yeah, that's what up. Got him trapped. Got him really trapped.
I guess that
Style.
brings me to the other one that I was watching. I don't think you guys are watching. And this one I strictly watched simply because I needed a break from action anime. I was just so into so many action animes that I needed something away that didn't have a crazy amount of everything in it. And so I started watching My Happy Marriage. It's getting pushed a lot on Netflix. You can find it on Crunchyroll, and there's other places for it as well. It is also a manga, but I have to tell you, the anime adaptation of it is absolutely phenomenal. It's 4 episodes in right now. It releases weekly, part of the summer anime lineup, and basically the long short of it is this in a time in Japan where bloodlines marry bloodlines for power and gain. Each family that is considered royalty has certain like spectral abilities. So they can have spectral sight, or they can wield some kind of magic or ice or fire, anything like that. And there's this girl named Mio Samori. She's a girl that's born into the Samori family. She is born without any gift or ability, and the Samoris are known for having very strong abilities. Now, she is the daughter of someone that the father married and then dies. So she's kind of like the cast out before he remarries, and the evil stepmom kind of casts out Mio. And basically from the age of 4 until the age of 18 or 19, I think it is, she's basically just a servant of the family. She's a Samori, but she's treated like a servant. She wears, hand-me-down kimonos and ripped up crap and all that jazz. And the family essentially hates her because she has no gifts. And so as revenge, as the father wants to just get rid of her, he arranged marriages her with one of the most powerful families, the Kudo family. And basically this guy that has a reputation for scaring off or hurting, per se, his fiancés. And so basically the thing is they're shipping her off, and she'll probably be dead in the streets in like a week. But she's just had the most shitty, terrible life, only to get to this guy's, house to figure out that maybe he's not that person after all. It's a big rumor. He's the general of the army in Japan, and he is a very, very powerful magic user. And he actually finds out a very big secret about Mio and the Samori clan, that Mio's bloodline doesn't just extend to the Samoris, but because of her mother, has an even bigger gift that could be just unlocked. And maybe that was the reason she doesn't have any gift from the Samori family. And so it's just about their interaction and how she uncovers the best of him. He tries to break her out of the shells and figure out, why she is the way she is and why she's so recluse and shut in and seem like she's abused and apologetic. And it's such a feel-good anime Just one that's so full of like lightheartedness and just like really easygoing, really good to watch, kind of keep you, I don't know, happy with life kind of thing.
That sounds like
And-
Ancient Magnus, Brian. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like it's so good, man.
It sounded a little.
It sounds a lot like Ancient Magnus, Brian. And if that's the case, I'm gonna add it to the list. I'm gonna tell you that right
What's
now.
the name of it?
It's called My Happy Marriage. But it's so good. Even like the trailer and like the animation style it seems a little older, but it's not. It's definitely like new animation style, but made to look a little older. And I tell you, like the characters all look dreamy. Like it's great. They all look just fantastic.
Glamorous.
And it just makes you want to like punch the crap out of her old family for the things they do to her.
Yeah.
And the way that he treats her so much better and tries to break her out of her shell, yet he's got this huge like tough guy stigma about him, and you're just like, it's such a feel good anime, and like when they exchange little gifts with each other, and you're just like, oh my god, like my heart.
Is this on Crunchyroll?
You can find it on Crunchyroll and on Netflix. It'll probably be on Hulu as well. It's in a couple of places.
My Happy Marriage.
It wasn't on Crunch.
Oh, dude, this looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale. My God.
That. I don't know if I'm looking at. I'm looking at the book. The page art looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Does she not have a nose?
No, yeah, she doesn't have a nose.
I'm
yeah.
looking at this right here, and it throws me off. Boy, look at. Oh, she got a tiny nose.
But trust me, when you see Kyo Kakudo at like in his full military garb, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm like, do I have a man boner right now? Like,
okay, buddy.
Oh, dude. When does Baki come out?
it's good,
Soon.
and
I think
and
tomorrow.
I will say that it's just like you'll really enjoy it if you like kind of like the more downhearted, easygoing, feel good stories. At least it is so far. Again, we're only 4 episodes in. And you can see
chill.
like now the families are starting to figure stuff out, and they're like, we can't let this marriage happen, because if it happens, then the
They're
Kudo
powerful.
family's going to be so powerful. And yeah, so it's just like it's getting sneaky.
Yeah, with some political.
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty good. That's pretty nice.
So good.
That's pretty nice. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I think Kay would absolutely adore this anime.
That's nice.
I think this one would be right up her
And
alley.
speaking of, she did say Sailor Moon Crystal, so was the reanimation, I guess.
Yeah.
So they cleaned it up a little bit, and it moves quicker. So that's what she
Nice.
said.
It's
Okay.
Brotherhood 2.0.
Brotherhood
Nice,
2.0. We like
nice.
that. That's nice stuff. Are we missing anything? There's so many.
No,
July
that's fine.
and July is jam packed, but I literally don't think there's anything in August, which I'm happy for because obviously July trickles over to August.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, I can't believe how many.
Which
Like
makes
summer
sense.
don't normally hit like this. I
Yeah,
feel like fall
summer
normally is the one that
usually-
hits. But I guess
Oh,
it's trickling
rainy
into
days.
fall, so
Kay, I said watch My Happy Marriage. It's on Netflix in Canada.
that Netflix.
I wish they would just put all anime in one place.
They should honestly, besides Crunchyroll, like they should all just get together and just make like Anime Hub, and that's it. Just all of them in one
Balls.
location. You got to pay $30 a month for it, but you can unlimited access to every anime on the planet. I'd pay it.
That sounds like Daryl's $30 that comes out of Daryl's bank account every week.
Oh.
The anime hub.
For another hub.
yeah. It's probably just listed as random vending machine or something on the bank statement. Yeah, dude. But did you see when Baki was coming? I think it's literally tomorrow. I
It's
think.
only on Netflix, which really
Yeah, it is now Netflix.
watch season 2 now.
Okay, it's out.
So today,
Baki
maybe?
Hanma. That's what I'm talking about.
Is it already subbed?
If it's Netflix, it might be dropping dub quick. If it's Netflix, it's probably dubbed.
Oh no, season 2 is the old season.
It'll be one more season.
But yeah,
Ooh,
like, hey, we
baby.
should watch this week by week, and then we'll have an in-depth discussion about My Happy Marriage. It's
September 30th.
good.
Wait, did they
No, that's
They dropped the
2021.
whole season at once.
Yeah, that's Netflix. It's because it's Netflix. July 26th. Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's the first half. It's going to be 2 quarters. So first half, and then the second half drops August 24th.
Yeah,
So,
so they dropped.
Netflix knows how to do it though.
They've been 13
Well,
episode immediate drop all dub. That's crazy.
Some of them are like that, but things like Record of Ragnarok and My Happy Marriage are 1 episode at a time.
Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
a Netflix original though?
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
but that's why. Like Seven
Oh.
Deadly Sins, a Netflix original. They dropped a whole entire season at one time.
I think
Yeah,
Records of
yeah.
Ragnarok is a Netflix or Netflix exclusive. I don't know if it's an original.
It's not an original. It's you can watch Record of Ragnarok on Crunchyroll as well.
Yeah, I think Baki is a Netflix original.
Yeah.
What's
And I think
Baki
that's why.
about? I don't think I have that. on the list.
So, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. They be pissing on people in that damn show.
Yeah.
It's
Baki's
about
wild.
Baki is so he's like a young prodigy of a crazy fighter. So the show is like it's all over the place, but it's like a lot of action and like boxing and just like straight up fist fighting and people having like not really abilities, but like they just train so hard that they can just do otherworldly things, and it's pretty crazy. Like one dude, he can basically like wave his arms like really fluently to the point where they're like whips, and like if he hits you, he literally takes flesh off your body.
Yeah.
And like Baki is such a prodigy. He's like, oh, did you do it like this? And then fucks him up with it. Like it's pretty crazy.
I think the first, it was like there was this Baki 3-part thing that came out, and then they actually made Baki his own show, and I think that's on season 2 now.
Yeah. It's worth watching.
I meant to tell you guys, I got an interesting tidbit of information, and I know this will pertain to Jake as well. My Dress Up Darling season 2, January.
Say less.
Hey, birthday, maybe.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
like,
they were
the
looking out for us.
The
Yeah.
greatest birthday gift I could have gotten. I'm gonna be there. I'm ready.
Is your
We
birthday
should-
in January too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
January
I feel like
14th.
we've talked about this. All of our birthdays are in January.
Yeah. Hey, 2014, 24. When's yours, Jake?
Ox was just 30 years before ours.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Listen, out of all of us, I look the youngest.
Mine's the 29th.
I mean, I'm older than all of you, so
We can tell. Trust us.
I know. It's those dad lines, right?
Yeah. Hey, if you saw this belly, you'd probably say,
Luckily, my camera stops right here. So.
yeah,
I'm still working off the Thanksgiving weight.
yeah. We'd have to rename the podcast Anime Dad Podcast.
Can we all get New Balance shoes?
Yeah, Jake don't know it, but he's probably a dad. He ain't met him yet.
You just don't know it yet.
Jesus.
Well,
Just-
do we have some time for some video game stuff?
I think we do. I think we do. We're only 48 minutes in, so.
Oh, okay. Well, it was absolutely no shocker that Diablo launched its newest season with a whole bunch of nerfs and pretty much made the game a whole different landscape for everybody. This essentially almost killed the game.
I heard a lot of people. I saw a lot of TikToks about a lot of people like losing their minds, and they were
Yeah,
pissed.
it definitely hurt. I'm playing the new season. It's a lot slower playthrough than I did the first time, and I'm just not as interested, I guess. But this point is actually not to do with Diablo because I'm just kind of with it right now. Like it's got, don't get me wrong, the battle pass and the cosmetics are phenomenal in terms of what you get from the battle pass and what you can get for vanity gear. It's wild. It's great. It works across all your characters. They did a really good job on that. The new storyline is kind of but it's just doing the same stuff over and over again, but at a slower pace with less damage. And I kind of don't like that crap because I just don't understand why you just won't let us do damage. If we want to do 1 billion damage, let us do 1 billion damage.
Yeah, just make the monster have 10 billion health.
Exactly. Like, that's what they did with Lost Ark. That's why Lost Ark is still relevant. Because when everyone scales, they just scale the monsters instead of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So the monsters now, instead of having 10 billion health, have 10 trillion health. And now you're still doing billions of damage, but you're just not killing the boss as fast.
Yeah.
Anyways, one thing that secretly happened, and it's a game that if you haven't played was a gem when it came out, and this new one is getting absolutely rave reviews. So Remnant from the Ashes was a game that came out last year, or maybe the year before, and it was a hidden gem. It was like a Dark Souls but with guns, and it was really, really cool to play with friends. There were some big quirks that made it a little difficult, but secretly, while Diablo was planning their own demise, Remnant was like, we're going to delay our launch date. And they delayed it to the same day that Diablo launched their new patch. And so everyone crapped on Diablo and jumped over to Remnant, and now it's the #1 trending game on the planet right now.
What
Remnant
a PR
2,
move. Okay. I hope that guy I said, what a PR move.
Yeah. Like
hope that guy got a raise.
Genius. And the best part is that they fixed everything from the original game. And I mean everything. From the matchmaking system to the combat system to how you make your character and make it more MMO. Like, I don't know if anyone ever played Outriders, but it has an Outriders feel with it, with a bit of a Dark Souls difficulty. Not as difficult as Dark Souls or Elden Ring, but still that kind of concept to it. Still has the guns, really cool kind of combat system and drop in and drop out world. And it's just killer. I haven't had a chance to play it, and just right now, with everything that I'm saving up for the trips that are coming up, it's just not the time for me to get any new games. But it's definitely an amazing game that dropped kind of secretly, that just exploded. Yeah. And it's really, really cool. I've been watching a lot of streams on it. It's a really neat thing to watch, and it's definitely something that's up my alley to play. Okay. So I think, like, if I was being honest, I think that Diablo's in trouble, man. Yeah. I think that they really need to do something to fix stuff really quickly, or this is going to keep happening, and the games are just going to keep getting better and better. Yeah. On the other side of it too, EA Play just launched another new service where it's called Pro, and they made their other service a lot cheaper. But now the newest games, Jedi Survivor, if you're into sports games, that like Fallen Hearts one, and a couple other new ones. If you have this Pro, you can now play that for free. You can play all these new games for free. Okay. So EA kind of boosting their EA Play side of things, where, and I fully believe in these little battle pass things like the Microsoft Play and these game things, because not everybody wants to spend $90 on a game for every single title you're going to get, right? You're just like, that's way too much money and way too many games, and your libraries just get filled. So it's just better off to buy a monthly pass for like $15, play the games you want to play, and then if you're done playing all the games you want to play, you just unsubscribe. It only costs you $15, and you get all this gameplay of all the games you wanted to play. So, like, I really like that aspect where people have those options to do that right now. Play games on day one and not pay $90 for it. Mm-hmm. I just think that gaming as a whole right now is just in a really bad place. I think there's just too much technology with too much stuff that's going on and too high of a cost.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Every single game is $90.
Yeah, and one thing that I know me and Jake are excited about is Arc 2, which keeps getting pushed back. But one thing that Wildcard is doing is releasing Arc Ascended. So they're basically running Arc through the Unreal Engine 5, remastering it and making it look clean, and it looks absolutely amazing. But they're making people spend $60 on the game that they've had for years.
Yeah, and then saying we're closing the old game down. So if you want to keep playing Arc, you got to jump on Arc and pay another $60.
And which is crazy. And I'm like, man, these people have been bought Arc and been playing Arc for you for who knows how long, bought all these expansion packs from you. And then you're going to drop this to kind of make up for the fact that you're taking your sweet ass time with Arc 2, and you're going to make people pay for it. And then in a year, they're going to have to pay for Arc 2. I think it's pretty crazy. But now I think Escape from Tarkov is doing a little, you get all the packages. So a lot of people that got the Edge of Darkness edition packages are able to, the arenas are coming out in Tarkov, which everybody's excited for, but you have to pay for the arenas unless you have the Edge of Darkness edition.
Yeah.
Which is like, come on, like it's supposed to be part of the game, and you're gonna make me pay for it.
Yeah.
It seems pretty crazy too. So yeah, so like they're reaching, and it seems pretty crazy. Like over the years, things are going. I remember when League of Legends skins used to be like $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, and now, you know, I need to drop 10 plus to get the newest skin.
Yeah. Well, I was playing my 10 ranked games in Valorant the other day, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I kind of like this fan knife. And I was like, oh, how much is this? I'm like, 7,000 points.
Yeah, $70.
Just so that people know, if you haven't played Valorant, 7,000 points is $90 Canadian. That's $90
Ridiculous.
for one knife.
That's crazy.
That's not even a bunch of skins. It's one knife that turns into a fan.
And I don't understand, because it's literally like it's an electronic thing in the game. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't even get how, if you buy a digital game, it's a digital copy of the game that takes probably them 3 seconds to just remake, and you're making me pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
You're making me pay $20 for a skin, you know, like, and I don't know. Yes, it probably took a lot of time to make that skin, but like, you're just unlocking it on my account. Like, you would make more money making it cheaper, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you did bring up a great point. Destiny 2 was the biggest crusher of this, where they revamped stuff, deleted the original game, and then made you rebuy it all to play it. So that's
To
just
make
one of
it
the reasons
free
I
a
never
week-
went
a
back
year
to
later.
Destiny. Like, I was just kind of like, why am I rebuying Destiny? I own this game.
Yeah.
Like, I have it. It's, oh, those campaigns don't exist anymore.
Yep.
Oh, so now I have to rebuy the whole game and then all of the expansions individually, and they're all $90? I don't think so. Take a hike.
And like Jake said, just to make it free after a certain. I hate MMOs that do that, dude. Like, hey, you have to pay for this, and then like, I remember, I think I was in high school. I can't remember the name of it, but there was this super crazy MMO that I was so excited for, and I think it was like Aeon or something.
Oh yeah,
super
Aeon.
excited
Christ,
for it.
I remember that.
Right
Yeah.
now, it's free to play, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
Dude, I think it's dead now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
and
this is-
speaking, look, listen, I'm just sorry to interrupt you, but I know how Daryl feels, because let me tell you guys, when Andrew tells you he's gonna play a game with you, he lying to you. Okay.
And when you text him to ask him if he can play with you, he just
Okay.
acts like he doesn't know you exist.
What?
So,
You need to tell me who you are. I got
He
a
said
random
wrong number. Who dis?
Hey, I'm going to tell you one thing that Canada's plagued with right now, and that is people that call you from local numbers or text you from local numbers pretending to be some government agency that you owe them money to. So half the time, people don't even answer their phones anymore because they know it's not a real person. So you need to let me know that, like, you're not just one of those, hey, you look cute, sucky, long time.
yeah, look,
You know how many Asian brides I'd have right now if I answered every single person that texts me?
look,
Yeah.
look, let me tell you, my timing has never been right with Andrew and Ryan when it comes to League of Legends. They used to play the hell out of it before I even knew what the game was. By the time I got into the game, they were out of the game.
Okay,
Right.
let me talk
And
let
now,
me talk to you
the
guys
other
just for a
night,
second.
they were talking, and they were like, you know, and Ryan, who hates League, he's like, you know what? I'm really thinking about playing right now. I'm like, dude, you should. If you do, you know, let me know. Like, we can get a 5-stack going. We're talking about ranked flexing 5s, dude.
Let's break some ice on this one, all right?
Mhm.
I said
Let
I
me
was
down.
going to change a diaper, and you said, I'm going to go play a TFT match.
Yeah.
You played that match for 45 fucking minutes.
I can't help that I was winning.
5 minutes, dude. I changed the diaper in 3 minutes. I'm
I
not going to
can't-
sit in the League of Legends loading lobby watching your freaking counter go up
Hey,
longer and longer. and longer.
that was payback for telling me you were going to play with me and you didn't.
I'm like, Jesus, man. Like,
I'm like, hey, man,
Ever.
League tonight. He was like, yeah, dude. Like, what time are you thinking? Like 8 o'clock, 8:30? Yeah.
Okay,
Andrew
that one-
said he was down too. Guess what? Ain't nobody show up.
I was down to play, and then all of a sudden it was like, let's go on a bike ride. I'm like, sweet, let's go on a bike ride. We'll go like 1-2 kilometers. 14 fucking kilometers later,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's 9 o'clock.
Same
And
thing
I'm
with me
like-
at TFT. I thought I was going to be 10, 15 minutes. 14 kilometers later, it's 42-minute TFT match.
I'll play League with you tonight.
Okay.
All
We'll
right.
see.
After this, we're playing League. All right.
We'll see. Dude, spin the
anyways,
wheel. Let's
the other thing I was gonna say was the nice thing about Remnant 2 is that it's only $40. So if you want to get an absolute masterpiece of a game, well made, fix the corrections for the first one, you're not gonna have to cut your arm off for it. It's
That's a
not
pair of
bad.
Vans right there, $40. That's what I'm talking about.
The way gaming used to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm really bad with being stingy with games and stuff like that. But don't even get me started with Daryl. All right,
Ryan too, buddy. Hey, listen, Ryan, he let me down. I hope he's in this. I haven't seen him talking. He let me down. He let me
Daryl's
down.
playing Apex. I don't know anyone who plays Apex.
Hey, Apex is decent.
That's what he invited me to play Apex. I don't even own Apex, and I never will, and I'll tell you why. Because I started playing Apex on Xbox, and I got all of the characters. I had like 50 skins on it. I was ranked in a few different things, and then it came to PC, and I was like, sweet, I'm going to play on PC because I just don't like using Xbox controllers anymore. And guess what? You cannot port your game from another platform to PC. You think I'm starting that over again? I don't think so. I'm not restarting 200 to 300 hours, losing all of my skins, losing all my characters to rebuy it all again. Like, no.
I
That's
bought
dumb.
skins on Overwatch 2 just for us to stop playing it like a week later.
Yeah. Well, I told you guys that Overwatch was terrible, but you guys don't listen
It
to me.
wasn't that. These guys are just bad. Okay?
Buddy, I was melting kids out there, and I
Look,
had to deal
okay, let me
with
tell you, Jake was playing a healer and doing the most damage, but not doing no healing, okay?
Buddy, I did
I don't know how
healing.
that's
I did the most
Hey.
healing and damage. I was
Oh
like,
God, were you playing? Moira
Yeah,
or whatever?
yeah. But he ain't a sister.
Broken ass
Yeah.
kid.
And Daryl, look, I ain't never seen a tank do the things that he do. Like he
But
ain't never. He don't know what an
dive.
objective is. Okay.
All right.
Just knocking people off the mats. He's like, "Hey guys, I knocked them off the map. Okay, what about the 4 people on the fucking car right
I
now,
can
buddy?"
play a game with Daryl if he would decide what game he wants to play.
buddy, good luck.
Alright? Like,
Good luck.
I want to play Diablo. Wait, I want you to carry me in it. Wait, let's play Valorant. Wait, I'm not going to play the objective. Wait, let's play Apex now. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Play a
Daryl
game.
Daryl's the worst, guys.
I don't
I'll tell you
play-
that
I
for
don't
free.
play that many games anymore. I don't even play Fortnite anymore, and I was like god tier at that.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna be trying it because a buddy of mine, he's in the Discord server. His name's Lemon. He taught me into trying iRacing with him. So I got me.
Ooh, I've always wanted to make. A
I
racing
got
rig.
me Logitech little steering wheel pedals and all that stuff.
Yep.
And this is gonna be on the course, baby. Okay, it ain't gonna be NASCAR because my skin color ain't loud on that kind of track.
Dude,
but
don't
I'm kidding.
do that. I'll play Formula One with you, dude. I love Formula One.
Hey, we're gonna do some iRacing. I'm gonna tear it up.
Just
Okay.
get Formula One 23 or 22.
I'm 30.
iRacing. Forget iRacing. You know.
Hey, I'm gonna do the iRacing thing. I want to see what it's like.
I've been wanting to
Show
build
me the wheel.
a gaming
It's
rig
downstairs.
so badly. Or not a gaming rig. Sorry, a driving rig. Like I have everything in my shopping cart for it. The Thrustmaster. I got the proper the proper thing for the F1 wheel where it like resistance and everything. Like I'm ready. I'm in it. I don't think you guys know how big into Formula One I
Buddy,
am.
you're not just gonna glaze over you saying Thrustmaster.
Thrustmaster.
That's what it's
on
called. It's called a
stream.
Thrustmaster.
Turbo, clip that. Clip that for saying Thrustmaster.
That's what the Sims use, man. They use Thrustmasters.
Turbo,
Dude, some of the steering wheels alone for these Formula One rigs are like $9,000.
buddy,
Just the
those,
steering wheel.
those little setups they have where it's like the chairs that vibrate and
Yeah.
everything, that stuff's crazy.
They did an in-depth one with they sat down with Max Verstappen, and for those that don't know, he's the current Formula One reigning champion. They went into his rig where Red Bull has obviously paid for all of it, and it simulates his RB19 car. That whole setup is $27,000.
That's insane. I
Like-
heard, I don't watch Formula One, but I heard that he was winning a race and wanted to get one extra point for getting fastest lap or something. So he pit stopped, switched tires,
Yup.
could have possibly lost the race for it.
Could have
Just to
possibly
get that
lost.
one,
Yep.
just get that one
So,
extra point.
He was 24 seconds ahead of everybody else, and he radioed in to ask him
Wow.
about the fastest lap, and they were like, "It's your teammate Checo, as he's known," and he was like, "All right," and the term is called boxing. So he was just like, "I'm boxing," and he came in. They switched to the soft tires, which is like the softest compound for the tires that they have, makes them stick to the track a lot better. Came in, ran the second last lap of the race, and got the fastest lap.
That's insane.
But he pitted so fast that he came out still ahead of everybody else and pulled it, won the race, got the fastest lap, got the point.
Wow.
Yeah, Max is a very, very intense.
That's gonna be me and I racing
competitor.
league right there, boy.
But in his sim, he also races the Le Mans, like the digital Le Mans. And there's this group of people that always like to mess with him. And so one of the guys messed with him and bumped him in the Le Mans race. And he purposely just caught up to them in the race and T-boned him into a wall. Just to take that organization out of the race. Didn't care that he was going to win it or not, because what does he care? He's going to be in a real race car next weekend, right?
Mhm.
Like, he just purposely just took them out just so that they couldn't get points in it.
Jesus. It's ruthless out
Oh,
in the
dude.
streets.
If you ever watch Drive to Survive, you'll understand the mentality is like, it's just there. Like Formula One, only 20 drivers can be in it. That's it. There's not thousands upon hundreds or hundreds upon thousands of drivers that, are going to be in this with hundreds of cars. It's 20 cars, 20 cars. That's it, man. Like 20 spots. That's all there is allowed.
20 thrusters.
Yeah, on the one grid. And that's it for the whole year. So if you're not one of the 20 best Formula One racers, you're not racing that year. You don't have a job.
And that's worldwide, or is
That's
Formula One just
worldwide.
for- Dale. Wow.
Mr. Worldwide. Hey, listen,
It's
guys.
a different type of mentality.
Look, let's wrap this thing up because I wanna catch Andrew in his lie about playing league.
I'm already loading League right now, all right?
We're gonna see. But you want to send us off, brother? This has
All
been
right,
a fun
guys.
one. I enjoyed this one.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed your summer anime list. I'm not gonna lie, there's bangers across everything. Watch every single thing we were talking about, even if you just watch a couple of episodes here and there. They're fantastic. You're gonna love them all. I know that because we love them all and you guys love us, so naturally. But as always, we are here for your drives to work. We are here for your long drives for work. We are here to put you to sleep at night and get ready with you in the morning. Most importantly, we are here for all your anime, gaming, manga, and pop culture needs. So from Ox, Jake, and myself, Frozen, thanks for listening. We love you, and we'll see you next time on the Anime Rift. I'm going to play
Stay
League.
sexy. No wheel this
Ciao.
time, only because we
He's
were
gonna bring
watching
you up.
like 8 animes. Okay? That's the only reason. And Jake kind of disappointed us with his pick last time. All right, stay sexy.
But I did. It was a good one.
Got it.
Got it. Goodbye. League time.
Got it.
Get on League of Legends. I love you.
Spin the wheel.